Making games has never been this fun. Game Builder Garage released about a week and a half ago now, and it's a great game to have on the Nintendo Switch. It provides both a way to learn how to make games and a space to program freely and make your own games from scratch. This game does have some limitations, but there's seemingly infinite amount of possibilities with this simple and intuitive game engine. So far, there have been many impressive games that push the limits of Game Builder Garage, and it's fun to see what people make each day. Game Builder Garage uses a very similar engine to the Toy-Con Garage from Nintendo Labo, since it has many of the same elements and features. It uses similar models with the fancy objects, and has playable characters, so in the way, it's a spiritual successor to Nintendo Labo and continues the fun and quirky style of it. Game Builder Garage's main feature in the programming are the nodon, which represents nodes, and there are over 80 of them in total, that do completely different things. The nodon all have unique designs, and the fact that they have these designs kind of reminds me of the features in Mario Maker and Mario Paint. This game has two modes in total, the tutorials and free programming, and they each offer different ways of experiencing Game Builder Garage. The tutorials are the first thing you're recommended to do in Game Builder Garage, and in this mode, you make 7 different games using the program feature that this game has. The tutorials show off every different nodon, and it explains each of them in a useful way, so it's pretty easy to figure out what each one does. The tutorials guide you through basically everything, which could be helpful in some ways, but can also make you easy to forget what you've learned from the tutorials. The way they show them off, how to make different games with mechanics and features in the tutorials was definitely useful, but I forgot how to do some of these specific connections after the tutorial. They also have these checkpoint levels in the tutorials, which are definitely helpful for learning how to use certain nodons, since they're basically puzzles and you have to solve them with no explanation. Overall, the tutorials are generally pretty helpful, but they do fall behind when they hold your hand too much. If you plan on picking up this game, I do recommend playing through at least 4 of the tutorials. Not all of them are necessary for learning the modes of the nodon functions, but they're definitely helpful. Free programming is definitely where you'll be spending most of your time in this game, and there you can make and play games. Programming in Game Builder Garage is actually not that difficult once you get used to it, because it's easy to tell which nodon does a certain feature after a while. The interface is somewhat similar to the interface in Toy-Con Garage, but the designs of the UI are much easier to understand since the creations in Nintendo Labo could get easily confusing. There are also more nodes, with one more prominent one being the texture nodon. This can allow you to make more original games with your own designs rather than the pre-designed generic assets already in the game. Programming does have limitations though, with that being the 512 nodon limit, but I haven't had any problems with it since most of my games use less than 100. I think a lot of people ask me how hard it is to make a game in Game Builder Garage, but it really depends on the type of game that you make. But overall, it's actually not extremely complicated. The other part of free programming is playing other people's games through the search and download option. Unlike Super Mario Maker, there's no interface showing popular games or random games, and there's no way to search for games. Instead, you have to type in a long ID whenever you want to play someone else's game, which can get annoying at times. Despite that, I'm impressed by the creations I've seen in Game Builder Garage, and it seems like every day someone is pushing the limits and creating something seemingly impossible. I feel like Nintendo intentionally puts these weird limits on creative games to make creations even more impressive. We've seen the well-designed levels in Mario Maker, the insanely detailed islands in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and the realistic Mii's in Miitopia Switch. But this game takes it to a whole nother level. Quite literally. Overall, Game Builder Garage definitely surprised me, not just with its random announcement in the middle of May, but the fact that they made programming so fun. A lot of people who haven't played Game Builder Garage disregard it because it's too limited, but these creations are basically invisible for people who are new to programming and allow for more creativity and more skilled creators. I hope Nintendo supports this game in the future, since it has a growing community and a lot of possibilities. I recommend this game to anyone who likes creative games, like Minecraft, Animal Crossing, WarioWare DIY, and Mario Maker, or for people who are interested in programming and game design. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye!